And here we are on part 3 of this build on this track sled or sled dog or snow kitty or whatever you want to call it. I know what I'm going to call it. I got the hitch made. I made the hitch. This is what I came up with. Now I know I said in part 2 that I was going to bend it, but when I made the bends, it was going to stick this way out here, and then the handlebars would have been way out there. Because I bent one piece, and it was the bends, they weren't tight enough. So I came up with this. So this is the second attempt at my hitch. So this would be the son of a hitch, because the first one would have been the father, and this is the son. So I made that, got that on there. And then I discovered that I needed to add a lot of weight to it, because it's so light that the tracks just want to spin while it's trying to pull you. So I got some weight on there that I put on there temporary, just so I could weight it down. So I put a plate here, half-inch plate here. These plates weigh 20 pounds apiece. And then I had some of this steel. And these weigh 24 a piece, and I added 3 of them, so that's like 112 pounds I added to it. So when I did that, the cogs in the front, this bar is kind of lightweight, and it started to flex. So what I'm going to do there is I got some 3/4 inch angle iron, and there's money calling as usual. I'm going to add this to it to stiffen this up. Probably a telemarketer. Want to watch me hang up on him? Alright, I got rid of that telemarketer. So as I was saying, I'm going to weld this piece of angle to the center of this axle. This axle doesn't spin, so I don't have to worry about that. The wheels spin on here. And then that should stiffen that up from flexing and bending. So let me get that done, weld it up, reinstalled, and then we'll hook up the trailer to it and take it for a little test drive and see what happens, see how it performs. Well, got it all back together, got it hitched up. I had to add this piece to the hitch because it was flexing my hitch, but now it's nice and sturdy. So now let's, as Elskin says, let's fire it up and take it for a ride and see what happens. Well, I only had these plates tacked on there, and my old tack weld broke off. But it seems to work okay. And I kind of got myself landlocked into this forest here. But it seemed to be working good with that weight I got on there. We'll just have to get it back to the shop. I had this plate tacked in too and it broke loose. And it kind of got wedged in the back. There we go. Because I didn't want to weld everything in and then, you know, I have to cut it all loose. But seemed like it's working pretty good. I got to tuck that weight in. I just had that on there temporary so I can kind of gauge how much weight I need. So since I got these angle irons on here, over here, Mr. Cameraman, that I welded in for this plate here, and I got another one that's going across the back. So what I'll do is I'll drill through these, and then I'll drill into this plate, since it's 1/2 inch thick, and tap it. That way I can bolt this in. And then when I need to remove it, like if I had to work on the drive, I can pull this plate out. But I wasn't sure, because again, this is all experimental. You know, guys that build stuff, a lot of times they're not documenting every step that they do, unless they've already done it and they know it works, and then they build another one. So this is the process you get to see. You know, anybody could build something and they don't document it all, and then they just show you the finished product and they're out driving around on it, but they don't show you all the different steps that they took and all the failures they made in building it until they got it right. Now, I'm pretty confident that this clutch over time is gonna wear out. So I ordered a torque converter. Yeah, wait till we put a torque converter on it and see what happens. The clutches, I really don't even need these, because I'm not steering it with it. I'm muscling it like this. The only thing these come in handy for is when you get stuck. You can squeeze these and it makes it easier to move around when you get in a bad spot. So I'm still on the fence with whether I should just eliminate those clutches or just move them somewhere to where I can lock them in case I get stuck, and then I can make it easy to move around, and then I can engage them again. So I'll have to work on that too. But yeah, it worked. As soon as I took that weight off the front, you seen when I was trying to get it back to the shop, how it was really wanting to pull up. But you know, I want to make it look, you know, nice. I don't want all this metal hanging off, so I'm gonna have to come up with a way of adding weight to it where it doesn't look, you know, so goofy with all this heavy plate hanging off of it. So like I said, these plates here are 24 pounds each because I weighed them. So I need 50 pounds to put back here in this area. And these plates here are 20 pounds each. And then that other 24 pounder in the front. And then it still wants to pull up the front end a little bit. I might even be able to add a little bit more. So that's what we need to work on. Or me, that's what I need to work on. So yeah, it works. It's was getting a little discouraged there for a while when I was working on it, but it seems to be working out okay now. Seemed like it had plenty of power going through the woods and stuff just then, until I got stuck where all them trees were. But hey, you're out in the snow. We would ride it in the snow, but we haven't had no snow this winter. I don't think anybody's used their snowblower where we live in this part of Indiana because we haven't had enough snow. Alright, so now that I know that I can use this plate, I drilled it, I spot drilled it, and then I'll cut these tacks loose, I'll pull this plate out, I'll open up them holes, and then I know exactly where them holes are. I'll drill them on a drill press and tap them. That way I can bolt this plate in, and then if I need to remove it, I'll be able to take it out the same I'm going to do on the bottom. Okay, I got the plates mounted, drilled and tapped, so I can remove it. Same with the bottom one. We're going to show you a picture of the bottom one. Drilled and tapped, bolted in. These weights are cut now and welded together, and they're also bolted from the bottom, so I can take these off. So if I need to access anything, I can take this thing all apart. It's not welded in. So now we got that bottom plate is 20 pounds, that half-inch plate. And these are each 20 pounds, these two stacked plates. So we got 60 pounds in the front now. We got our torque converter. Just came in a few minutes ago. And also I want to mount this handlebar to keep it from moving. I thought maybe to have it move would be okay, but it needs to be mounted solid. So I went ahead and drilled a couple of more holes, and I put a nut cert or a nut rivet in there so I could bolt it in solid. Now the next thing we're going to do here is I'm going to cut this off. And I got this 1¼ by 1/8 piece of angle iron I'm going to weld across here and place it as bar. And then I had me some old motorcycle bars with some perches on it. And then I'll drill a couple of holes in there and I'll be able to mount this handlebar on here. So now I can adjust the handlebars in these perches. I can rack them front and back. And then the other thing I did is I eliminated those cables and I made this out of that cable that we sell on our online store. So now I can release those clutches and it makes it a little easier to roll around. And then I can lock them in. So that way if I get stuck, I can release them and it freewheels them tracks and makes it a little easier to move. So the next thing will be to cut this off, get those handlebars mounted, drill the holes to remount this and hook up the chain. And then I'll probably add that other weight back here. I'm not going to have time right now, but I'll probably add some more weight to the back if I need to. And there's your dinner. Let's see how fast this thing actually goes, because I got my speed app on my phone. Well, my little snow kitty turned out pretty good, I think. I don't think I need to add any weight to the back. I think that 60 pounds in the front is just enough. It steers real easy. I was surprised at how well it steers now that I added these handlebars to it. I wish it went a little faster. I'll have to mess with the gearing, but we'll do that on a future video. I think we're probably pretty much done with this for now. We may revisit this at another time. But yeah, got a little discouraged there for a while when I was working on it. But it seems to work pretty well. So if you're thinking about building something like this out of an old track snowblower that you might have acquired for free, you know, you can take some tips and pointers from me, from all my trials and tribulations on building it. But yeah, it's pretty comfortable to sit in when you're driving it. I got it at a comfortable spot. Got my old Honda ATC three-wheeler throttle on it. I don't even think it needs brakes. When you let off the throttle, it pretty much comes to a stop with that torque converter on there. I like that I got those clutches, because right now, you know, this thing, if it stalls out on you, you know, you're not going to move it. It's hard to move, but as soon as I release them clutches, you can move it around pretty easy. I was thinking about eliminating them clutches, but I think I'll just leave them on there. And now I can take it all apart. I got it, all those plates in there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about how it turned out. So, subscribe to this YouTube channel, Taryl Fixes All. We do all kinds of stuff. We don't just do builds, we do it all. We do everything. We build stuff, we restore old stuff, we fix old stuff. We show you how to replace parts and stuff. We got over 500 videos. Check us out, subscribe to this channel. Go to our Facebook and Instagram. Go to our web store. We got all kind of merchandise for sale. Support this channel, you know. Can't build this stuff for free, even though most of this stuff I got for free. I did have to buy a few things. And as always, there's your dinner. Woo! Snow Kitty! Yeah, I like these handlebars. I'm glad I went this way with the handlebars. Yeah, that worked out good. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. We just got to get it to go a little fast. I don't want to go real fast. I don't want to go 60 miles an hour, but I like to go a little faster. This thing probably goes about as fast as a riding lawnmower. But hey, it's pretty cool. We need some snow. We get some snow, we'll do a little short video with that. Snow Kitty. Meow. Snow Kitty. Meow. Meow.